House Republicans are pushing ahead with their own investigation on the origins of the coronavirus. This afternoon, House Minority Whip Steve Scalise and other top Republicans held a hearing with testimony from some of the nation's top doctors and members of Congress. Capitol Hill correspondent Eric Rosales has that story tonight.
House GOP Whip Steve Scalise, the ranking member in charge of investigating this coronavirus pandemic, tells me he wants to know if this virus was in fact made inside of a Chinese lab. And if so, was it released accidentally or intentionally?
In the critical first days, China was engaging in a massive cover-up while allowing the virus to spread across the globe. And at the same time, the United States was beginning work on a life-saving vaccine. The story matters and is a display to the world of the two countries' characters.
House Republicans invited doctors, scientists, and members of Congress to testify. The former Assistant Secretary for Health and Human Services said, although we do not have indisputable evidence pinpointing the exact origin, he believes,
I assess that the most likely origin was an accidental infection of laboratory personnel from the Wuhan Institute of Virology with secondary transmission to the local population and subsequent spread to hundreds of millions of people around the world.
Ranking member of the House Intelligence Committee, Congressman Devin Nunes, testified there were multiple warnings about gain-of-function research at the Wuhan lab as far back as 2017.
Health and science experts from the U.S. Embassy in Beijing warned the lab's work to make bat coronaviruses infectious for humans, coupled with the grave safety control concerns, could result in the accidental unleashing of a SARS-like pandemic.
Congressman Jim Jordan displayed emails from Dr. Fauci to the director of NIH, which he says shows a cover-up.
In 4 days, this guy went from this looks engineered to now that's demonstrably false. 4 days, he went from this isn't consistent with evolutionary theory. Now we know it's totally evolutionary.
The Biden administration has directed the intelligence community to, quote, redouble its investigation, saying they're pursuing two theories of the virus's origins, animal to human transmission and a laboratory accident. Republicans still want Speaker Pelosi to hold committee hearings so that subpoena powers could be used to make others testify. Dr. Fauci declined the invitation for today's hearing. At the Capitol, Eric Rosales, EWTN News Nightly.